Who is a financial expert or investor you listen to or respect?
Okay, so my mentor was a billionaire, Edmond Bessari. He passed away in 2016. So it was somebody I would usually talk to once a year. Very wealthy man. I started with him when I was in my early 20s. So it was a long-term relationship of 30 some years. But I didn't talk to him often. I would talk to him maybe around Christmas. He would always give me a call and start with, Bessari here, how are you these days? And then we'll talk for a while. However, in general, the one I watch, I listen to, and I like is Warren Buffett. Now, I know this sounds like, wow, but I'm going to tell you why. The reason Warren Buffett is my favorite is he's usually positive about the United States economy. The problem when you listen to negative news and people that are charlatans, in my opinion, they are merchants of chaos. They come up and want to tell you all what's bad about the United States. But I dare them to find me another country that can give you loans, rights of ownership, opportunities like the United States. And I'm a guy, let me tell you, I lived in many places. I was born in Egypt. I'm half Egyptian, half French. Okay, I lived in Cairo, went to Jesuit school. I'm Catholic from Egypt, then went to Europe, Switzerland to study hotel school. Went to France many times. My cousins work in France. I have been throughout the United States. My cousins in Canada, did some deals in Canada. I lived in Cancun, Mexico. So I've done, I mean, it's just, I've seen the whole world. And in our database, I have investors from all over the world. I have the funds that have investors from all over the world. I have students from all over. And I can tell you that you cannot look at the US and think of all the negativities. And there are negative things. But that's what makes us so perfect, is we address the problems and try to work it and try our best here in this country. So look at the positive, maximize it, look at the negative, and work with it. I say always, it doesn't matter who's the president of the United States. I just want to understand, what are they doing? What are their policies? So I can work with whatever policy. When Clinton was the president and he came up with the exclusion for ownership of homes according to Internal Revenue Code 121, he said you live in a home for 2 years, you sell it. If you're single, you keep up to $250,000 tax-free. It's your home. You can go now buy another home. And if you're a couple, husband and wife, you can keep up to $500,000 tax-free profit. Now, when that news came out, most people maybe watched the news and didn't understand what's going on. It was an obvious thing for me that there'll be a bonanza on residential real estate because people are going to realize, oh my God, I can sell now, move to something bigger, move something better, etc. I don't have to pay taxes when I sell. Rules like 1031 exchange, if you have now a commercial property, an investment property, you held it for a year and a day, when you sell it, you don't pay tax, you roll the money forward. So rules like this and depreciation and this and that makes the country so great. And God forbid there is a calamity somewhere, a weather calamity. There is a hurricane in Louisiana, there's a hurricane in Puerto Rico, there is this problem in California, earthquake, or this. Now, you understand that. You know it's the US, you can go in, you know there is FEMA money, there is billions are coming in, you can go in and work with that and make some money. So let's talk about Warren Buffett. He stays positive. He says, don't bet against the US economy. He gives the reasons. Now, not many people can duplicate what Warren Buffett has done. I mean, his father was in Congress, so I'm pretty sure he had some inside information. I'm not accusing the guy of anything. Congress people could trade on inside information up to just a few years ago. He's well connected and was well connected when he started. Networking is very important. So there are certain rules I watched about him, how he made the big money. He pays no dividends. He pays no cash flow. If you own Berkshire Hathaway, his shares, you have received zero cash flow from day one to today. But the shares keep increasing in price. His holding time is forever. When he buys, he goes off market. He doesn't buy like you and me, the shares on the market. He goes to the company itself. He even makes deals on the S&P 500 that you and I cannot do. He structures special deals when he makes the deals happen. In 2009, he did an option that is what's called leaps on the market, long-term options that are not available to any other buyer, not even other mutual funds. He did it because he's got billions parked. And how can he have billions parked? Because he pays no dividend. You give him the money and he parks it. He waits for a calamity to jump in. But what I like is he buys cash flowing assets, what's called productive assets. So that's, now I take his principles and apply them to real estate. I actually wrote a whole book that I have not published, and I may publish it when he passes away. And the book came out by me writing the principle, listening to him and seeing how it applies to commercial real estate. Because I as well buy properties for their future income streams. And my holding time is forever. However, when I have a chance for somebody making me a crazy offer, I sell and roll my money forward. Because I have the tax rules of real estate to my advantage in the United States. He doesn't. He doesn't have these rules in stocks. He's in the equities market. We're in the debt market. We can use 20% down. He has to pay all cash. We have huge advantages to listen to his principles and apply them. So you ask me, who is my financial expert? Warren Buffett. But I extract what I want. I make the juice, like this is a celery juice. Great, by the way. It's a moment here for our sponsor, celery juice. Anyway, and I take the best of it. I don't want the rest of it. I just throw it away. It won't apply to me. To the structures he does. I believe in structures and real estate. I say create a real estate fund. Others will invest with you, just like Warren Buffett. And then you go in and you have leverage. The bank gives you money. Then you have buildings that pay you the income. They pay the rent. The tenants pay the rent. The banks help you buy. You don't even have to manage directly. You can have people under you like Warren Buffett does. He buys the companies. He has a lot of Apple shares. He doesn't manage Apple. He doesn't even know how to use a computer, he said. Right? He looks for residual income that is going to keep coming, and he compounds his returns. I showed you last time, you invest in my fund or somebody invest in your fund if you helped we helped you set up a fund. At 8%, people reinvest the money 10 years later, they're getting 12% because the compounding effect makes it like they got 12% a year. If they keep reinvesting with you for 20 years, it's like they got 18.7%. It's unbelievable. You beat Warren Buffett himself if you understand the formulas in real estate. Anyway, I got too excited. He is the man. He's positive. Don't listen to the merchants of chaos and those people telling you, oh, it's going to be a disaster because commercial real estate is going to collapse. It's going to collapse. Okay, where's the opportunity now? Let me jump in because I'm in single tenant retail. When everybody was complaining about COVID and all this, we came out so strong. If you would have jumped on hotels 2 years ago when you were on these calls, I was telling you can get hotels at 10, 11% cap rate, and then capitalization, that means the 11% return. You would have sold them, you're selling them today at 9%. You'd have made a killing. If you have a fund, you would have had the cash flow plus the upside. The funds we set up, all the upside is yours. All right, got me all excited about financial experts. You become the expert. Watch the big players, watch what we do, continue brainstorming here, and you will make it very, very big. It's not so difficult. You're in the US.